What's up, people? Welcome to Pitch Points. It's back, the UEFA Champions League. April 9th, April 10th. The quarterfinals of the Champions League are back. The best competition in the whole world is back for us football fans to really enjoy and savor. I can't wait until the games start on Tuesday and Wednesday, and also the Europa League again on Thursday. I think it's going to be an absolutely amazing week, an absolutely fascinating week. That's had a lot of football. We started today with Chelsea versus West Ham in the Premier League. We're going to end on Friday. Friday with I think another Premier League team playing. Nevertheless, though, Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be fantastic. There are 4 games that we have to play. There's Manchester City versus Tottenham tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern time, and then you also have at the same time you have Liverpool versus Porto at the same time. And then on Wednesday, you have another 2 big games. You have Ajax versus Juventus and FC Barcelona versus Manchester United. I mean, absolutely phenomenal games. This is where the cream kind of rises to the top. This is where the games really kick off and really exciting times begin. And I can't wait for the games to start tomorrow. We'll talk about real quick a couple of the games, and I'll give some predictions and my thoughts on kind of form and what's going on. So the Liverpool-Porto game, probably the easiest of the draw, according to what a lot of people have said. And this will be the easiest of the draws. While I think it's going to be an easy draw, I don't think it's going to be an easy game. I think that Porto will be smarting from the results last year when they played Liverpool. And I do think that they will come to Anfield and will try to make it a little more difficult. I expect Liverpool to win, but I do think that they're going to be in for a surprise. This is a very, very difficult Portuguese team, coached by Coach Conceição, and he's pretty good, pretty organized. The last time they met last year in the Champions League, and when Liverpool qualified and beat them, they had their best defender out, they had their best midfielder out, and they had their best striker out. Now they have the full squad back in place, and they're really looking for revenge back on them. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I expect Liverpool to win, but I don't think it'll be that easy for them to go through as they think or as they planned. But it's going to be a great game either which way. The next game, I think the score will probably be, I reckon, probably a 2-1 or a 3-1 Liverpool. I think that's what's going to end up happening. If it comes to 0-0 or a score draw, I will not be surprised. But I think Liverpool's going to win that one because of the quality that they possess and the experience that they've had over the 1 year or so. The other game is going to be Manchester City versus Tottenham. This is going to be another huge game. 2 English teams meeting in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I don't know why UEFA always sets us up, but I guess it's the luck of the draw that it happens. Tottenham has a new stadium. They have some great players. They're currently 4th in the league. They have Harry Kane. They have Son Heung-min. They have Dele Alli. They have Christian Eriksen. Hugo Lloris, who I don't know if that's a plus or a minus given his recent misbehaviors, but they have him anyway. And they have some really good players. They have Lucas Moura, Kieran Trippier, Ben Davis. There are a couple of injuries that they have. Eric Dyer's out injured. A couple of the defensive midfielders are also out injured. So it's going to be an interesting game. I expect Tottenham to play a 3-5-2 with Son and Kane up front as the 2, and then they play a 3 at the back, 5 in the middle. Or I expect them to play a 3-4-1-2. So that one is supposed to kind of destroy Fernandinho's role. But it should be an interesting game in a new stadium, the brand new stadium. I heard it's beautiful. I heard it's one of the best, one of the best in the world. And I expect, sorry about that, it's my phone. I expect it to be a great game. Manchester City going there. I expect that Pep will play his game to be pressure, to pass, to possess, to control the game, try to control the game, and a counter-attack. I think the formation for City will be 4-3-3. I think we're going to have Walker and Mendy as the fullbacks. I think we'll have Stones and Laporte as the centre-backs. Fernandinho, I think, is going to hold. And I want to put David Silva there. I don't think he's been on form recently. I think his form has kind of dipped, or he needs either rest or recuperation. But I think in that kind of high-intensity game, if he's going to play, he plays a little deeper, helping Fernandinho out in that role. But I actually think I would play Fernandinho, Bernardo Silva, and Kevin De Bruyne as a midfield 3, right? Then I'll play the front 3 of Sane, Sterling, And if Aguero is fit, I'll play Aguero. But I think actually it's probably going to end up being Jesus, given the fact that Aguero is recovering from a minor niggle, I guess, in his leg. And so he maybe needs some more time to recover. This is the first half of 2 games anyway, so we need him for the rest of the games for the rest of the season. I think that's what Pep is going to do. It won't surprise me if Pep does what he did with against Arsenal, where he played Fernandinho as a false defender, false midfielder. That way he now was able to bring in Ilkay Gundogan to the midfield to overcrowd the midfield. It won't surprise me if he does that, but we'll see. It should be an interesting game. In terms of predictions, it's a tough one. It could be a 2-2 game. If City are on it, it could be a 3-1 game. If City lose it, I think we'll go away with at least a goal, maybe a 2-1. I'm hoping for a 3-1 Man City, but I think we'll probably end up being either a draw or a 2-1 Man City win. And then that will take us to the second leg at home next week. So those are the 2 games for Tuesday. For Wednesday, there are again 2 massive games, and I'll start with the one that I'm pretty sure of: FC Barcelona versus Manchester United. I can't wait to see Lionel Messi at Old Trafford, the Messi show. Man United have the chance of winning that game if they counter-attack like they normally counter-attack with speed and precision, where they defend deep or defend at least a little higher up the pitch, and then they spray the balls out either to Pogba or to Martial, and then they launch a counter-attack that way, because Barcelona likes to play high up the field. So I'm interested to see what the Barcelona coach Valverde does, and what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does also to counteract Barcelona's possession-based football. I do think Barcelona is going to win. I think Messi will score probably 2 goals. I think we're probably going to end up having a 2-0 win for Barcelona. But it won't surprise me if Man United score 1. But I think that game is going to end up in a 2-0 win for FC Barcelona to take back to the new camp. The second game is one I want to talk about, which I think is a little controversial. It is Ajax versus Juventus. I've watched Ajax over the past couple of weeks. I've watched a lot of their games in Eredivisie in the Netherlands, and they look absolutely fantastic. I think over the weekend they beat Willem II 4-0. I watched the game, and it was absolutely fantastic. The passing, the possession, the speed, the hunger, the desire. I haven't seen a team play like that for a long time. And it will not surprise me if tomorrow Ajax win by about 2 or 3 goals to 0 or 2 or 3 goals to 1. It will not surprise me. They play really well. I mean, when I watched the Real Madrid game that they played in the Champions League in the round of 16, they absolutely destroyed Real Madrid, completely took them apart away. And even at home when they played them, they actually dominated that game. Just some lucky misses and lack of some quality up front allowed Real Madrid to basically snatch 2 goals and walk away. But even then, when they went back to the Bernabeu, I'm talking about the European champion. Yes, they're in bad form, but it's still the Champions League with Real Madrid. They completely destroyed them. Could have been 5 or 6 goals to 0. So I'm picking Ajax for this one, because I just think that I don't know how Juventus is going to cope. His backline is going to cope with the speed and passing of that Ajax team, young Ajax team. So I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to pick Ajax to win that game tomorrow. Then the second leg, we'll talk about that next week. So that's my review of the Champions League games for Tuesday and Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we have the Europa League with 2 English teams, Chelsea playing Slavia Prague away. I expect Chelsea to win, but I think it's going to be a difficult game. Also because Chelsea is sandwiched between the game they played today against West Ham, which they won 2-0 with an Hazard stupendous display, and the game they have to play on Sunday against Liverpool, chasing the top 4. This may be a very tricky game. I think the coach is probably going to rest a few players, so it may be tricky. I won't be surprised to see a draw or a score draw or maybe a narrow win for Chelsea in Prague. The other game is going to be another massive game: Arsenal versus Napoli. Napoli coming off a weekend where they drew 1-1 with Genoa. I believe it was Genoa, and the performance wasn't very good. But maybe they were saving themselves for the game this Thursday. And then Arsenal coming up with a loss against a very good Everton side on Saturday. This game is going to be very tight. But I think Napoli is going to win, or at least tie the game with either a 1-1 or a 2-2 draw. And Napoli may win it. It'd be great to see Koulibaly, Insigne, Callejon, Mertens all playing that quick tempo football that Sarri left them last year, and that Ancelotti is now running with them. So overall, those are my review of the games for this week in the Champions League. I hope you're going to watch it, and hopefully on Friday I'll do a review of all the games for that we watched and give some insights. And let's see if I was right in my predictions of all the 4 games over the week. So hope you enjoyed my little show. Subscribe to my channel below to get more insights, more information, and I'll see you next time.